Hey, it's live with DJ and Brent and a very special guest, one of my favorite people in the world. His name is Ronnie Kenyon, longtime Amarillo business guy, racer, race car builder. I'm trying to get him on more TV because that fantastic voice and presence is too much to waste. So here he is. How you doing there, Ronnie?
Great, man. Glad to hear from you guys.
Well, you too. Now, before we started recording for TV, you were showing us your wall of fame there, and race cars you've built, and even some leaders that you've met as well.
Well, there's the cars, kind of, sort of, best you
Uh huh.
can tell. Oh, there's my 12 gauge there. That's my little home defense hanging on the wall in front of my desk.
Yep.
You know, the highwayman come, the highwayman die.
Now, Ronnie, you are the builder of the Batman car or the Bat car there at Amarillo Racing, and you've built some winning race cars there, which is a whole nother show with the Amarillo Racing. I met you through the Amarillo Racing community,
Willie and
and
Jeremy and all them guys, Elvis.
oh yeah, man. And I tell you, the racing crowd, during the pandemic, boy, you didn't slow them down. They still went out by God and watched their racing and said their prayer and drank their beer and God bless America.
Man, don't sell Jeremy Gossett short, man. He had to go to the mat for that deal, man. They were doing everything they could do to shut us down out there, and he just said no.
Well, I'm glad that they
Other
didn't.
paper.
The Gossip Brothers, I'm always impressed with sharp young men like that. What a great thing they did with Amarillo Racing. And Ronnie, people who meet you, some may say, hey, that's the race car guy. That's the racer guy. But you also have Kenyon Sprinkler. And beneath the link of those of you who are watching this recorded live, want you to go and like Ronnie's new Facebook page. But Ronnie, you remember DJ, and she sure likes you, so
We only met
connect
25
there.
years ago, but we don't see each other very often. I got a wild story about when we met. I know that.
Really?
Oh
Hey,
boy.
she's like, oh, boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
We'll save that for private company.
Yeah, I love that. Well, DJ is
I won't throw you under the bus. I wouldn't do you that way.
he's teasing you. Well, DJ, you know what? We you give me a hard time, I give you a hard time. Now we're we're getting a hard time from Ronnie, and we love that. But and on a serious note, Ronnie, you deal with the all American crowd, with the racing crowd, but you're an all American business man, and you love your country, and you're one of the businesses in Amarillo. So we want to see you do really, really well. Tell us about Ronnie Kenyon Sprinkler.
Well, we're going into our 13th year, and got 6 guys that work for us. We've got 3 service trucks going, 2 guys apiece. Got them out building a waterfall this morning, something a little out of our area, but they're relining a existing waterfall, which is a pretty neat job for us. Uh, Something going on over in Sleepy Hollow for a real nice guy. Uh, we're excited about that, learning a little bit as we go here. Maybe we'll be in that business before we're done here, but mostly it's sprinklers for us, man. I've got a little mowing crew, and we take care of some maintenance stuff, and but we try to stay on track with the sprinkler. Like to consider ourselves sprinkler repairs. We're pretty good at that, and I think consequently of building. As far as doing the repairs, you see the stuff that's just unserviceable and unnecessary and things like that over the years, and it makes us better builders. So I mean, if I only build 6 or 8 this year, you can bet they're going to be really good ones. But and that's about where we're at. I think we've done 8 this year so far, and really it's slowing down, man. I think the building on the other side of town is tanking, and we're starting to see a slowdown here. So uh, I've got other contractors have called me, and I've called a few other contractors. So, everybody's starting to scratch and look for work.
So everybody's in the same boat, so to speak, right?
It feels that way. I think there's still a few guys that have a little bit going on, but it's all just left over. Nobody's buying a house at 8%, man. That's silly. But yeah. So we got to survive till November. It looks like, and then hope November goes our way.
Yeah.
There you go, folks. Well,
I
a lot
don't
of
know if
people
I can
don't.
survive another 4 years of what's going on right now. They're choking us to death. We're
Right.
overregulated. We're overtaxed. We're underrepresented. It's this is what they threw the tea in the harbor over. Except we're about 38% past that. So
Well, a lot of people don't know that material cost, inflation of every kind only happens when there's over regulation. And there's just a demographic that loves to regulate and tax more than the other. But you know what, Ronnie, you care about the businesses in Amarillo, and you are one. Folks don't usually call you until they're in a flooded yard or a flooded golf course or a flooded football field. The sprinkler system isn't working, or maybe it's been hodgepodged, or maybe someone on staff was supposed to. Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that when people's yards are flooding, they don't know what to do, they're not sure what's going on, that they give you a call too?
Sure. Sure. We usually get the call, and I've had a couple this week already. We get the call, hey, it won't shut off. I've taken the battery out of the timer. We took the timer off the wall. It still won't go off. These valves that we use, they have mechanical parts in them. I've got one right here. I brought in. That's a Rainbird DV100. Got some moving parts on it. It's got an electric solenoid, and it's got a rubber diaphragm in it. And they do get stuck. They can get a little bit of trash in them. The solenoid gets some wear on it, and they get stuck. And that sucker will hang on, and it'll run all night. And you'll wake up in the morning and go, oh man, that should have been off at 8 o'clock, and it's still going. And so we get the call, that's stuck on. Well, the first thing you need to do is find that double check valve out there by the meter in that green box, the long brass valve. And that's got some cutoffs on it. And usually you can shut the water down right there. But if it's in bad shape, you can't shut it off, then you have to call Ronnie, and we have to go out there and figure out how to get the thing shut down. Sometimes you just have to break down and cap the thing off till you can figure out what to do about how to get all these repairs affected. But the check valve is usually the heart of the system. That's where we tie onto the water supply, and of course it protects the potable water, keeps any yard stuff out of your drinking water. We've seen that in action. Backflow is a real thing. Sounds like witchcraft, but backflow really does happen, and we need these check valves. And it's not 100%. They don't have this completely worked out yet, and it's revolving. And we're about to see triannual inspections of these things. They'll recertify it every 3 years. I got this from one of the inspectors downtown, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do about all the existing systems that have backflow that's 100 years old or 50 years old, and how we're going to locate them, how we're going to change them out. We're just going to wait till they blow up and then bring them up to code. They don't know what they're going to do with a lot of that stuff. It's typical overregulation, though, because TCEQ hands down mandates and the city has to enforce them. And here we are on the front line trying to figure out what we're going to do from day to day as far as keeping everybody happy, staying in business, and not choking the customer to death. That's another thing. So when we go out, I remember when they changed the way we put these backflows in about, gosh, I want to say it's 15, 17 years ago, something like that. They changed. We put them in these vaults, and they had put a strainer on them, a filter, and then they wanted a isolation valve to go with the 2 isolation valves that are already on it. And of course, if you build a new, you're adding a master valve. So there's 4 shutoffs right there in the same hole, which is a little redundant, but that's some of the stuff that comes from Austin, and they tell us how we're going to do it and what they expect. And so then the city comes along and says, well, if you want your inspection to pass, you're going to have to do it like this. So one morning we woke up and they changed the way they used to lay in the dirt with a cover on them. We woke up one morning, they said, no, we're going to do them this way now. And they went from $600 to $1,200 just overnight. Just the way we install them. And yeah, that hurts. Most people don't have $1,200-$1,500 laying around to update their sprinkler. It's just it's a big bite. It's a house payment for a lot of people. I can't swing that, but and we're goofy. As a society, we're goofy. We water turf grass. It's the #1 irrigated crop in the world, and I'm in the business, but I still find that odd that we, it's not corn or wheat. It's turf grass. So.
Well, hey, Ron,
I love my fishing yards. I do, man, but they take a lot of water, and I don't know if that's a great trade-off.
Well, back to the backflow, you go above and beyond. Not everyone wants to touch the backflow issue, and you help people with that as well.
Well, I am certified BPAT, and we take care of our own backflows in house, and I do a few for other guys, but not too many. But we take care of that, and again, when you start talking about a certification for a backflow, you've got a big class, you've got CEUs, and it's $1,000 gauge that you put on that piece of equipment. They come certified when we get them. They're all tested and ready to go. You drop them in the hole, but you got to recertify them as soon as you put them in, and you can't turn the water on till you do. So that's just they can really hold stuff up. You don't have that cross line. It's a separate license completely than an irrigation license. Yeah, so you have to hold both licenses if you're going to do this.
Wow.
Go ahead there, Lady DJ. What you got?
No, I was dumbfounded. You have to do so much to do this job. How did you get into this, Ronnie?
Well, I don't know if you remember my old buddy John Schwartz out at Green Images Landscape. I think you knew John, but he was a guru of mine and a good friend, and he passed away. So that's how we started this deal. I went to work for him. When I got sick in 01, I had trouble with my heart. I was sitting on the couch, and one of my buddies comes, "Hey, I'm working with this guy, John. Come on over. Let's do some sprinklers." And he got me off the couch and got me, running a ditcher and learning the game. But I mean, there's not that much to sprinkler repair, sprinkler installation. You need to know a little bit of hydraulics, just a handful of stuff to make one work. But they want you to be all but an architect to make this thing happen. But I had this. I think I like to tell everybody I had this industry mastered in about 6 months. So they're just, I used to work on cars a lot. So compared to taking apart a late model vehicle, this is not rocket science. So,
well, you obviously do a good job because you've been in business, and who's the number one candidate that needs you? In America, it shouldn't be this way, but it is. They're not reactive. We're not proactive. We're reactive. You don't go to the gym till you have a heart attack. You don't eat right till you get a diabetes diagnosis. You're right. It's so much reactive, but most businesses can nail down what people want to avoid pain more than anything. Avoid pain and inconvenience. And what I thought right off the bat was a flooded front yard or golf course or grass in front of your business or home.
Well, and the city specs out some of this stuff when you're building a new business. They got so many square foot, so many trees per square foot. It's all, there's a formula for it, and you have to have what they say. But yeah, you want to talk about who needs me? Usually it's the one that's been running all night, or that soggy spot in the yard, or the box full of water. You open up a valve box and it's just flooded and full of water. We do some of that stuff, on an emergency basis where they call us out. They've got problems like that. And this time of year, I should be 3 weeks behind, but we're really not. It's been a funny year, funny season. We scratching for every little bit we can get our hands on.
Well, it would appeal to me. One thing that we love doing is helping good businesses that have integrity. You have that, Ronnie. People know you, they love you. Of course, there's the racing connection as well. Being marketers, we not only want to encourage you as a fellow business owner, but it's always fun to suggest some things. Number one, what we're doing right now is talking with you, and your product, your business, you're very well spoken, and people know that if you say you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it. And that's already so far ahead of the game. Wouldn't you agree, DJ? You can have all the marketing in the world, but if you don't have the quality service, if you don't have any type of reputation, and you don't have integrity, then what good is it? But what are some creative ways, DJ, that we can help Ronnie with his already great business with the great people of Amarillo?
Well, what are you doing right now? I don't know what you're doing currently to promote your business.
Well, I've got a good deal with some T-shirt girls that take care of the schools around here, and I get on a handful of these sponsorships with these shirts, and other swag, keychains, and basketballs and footballs and stuff like that to go out into the community. But other than keeping our trucks cleanish, and keeping our name on the trucks, got a nice website.
Well, here's what's cool. If you type in RonnieKenyonSprinkler.com, it goes to his Facebook page, and if you're there and you click on another link, it goes to his website, Sprinkler Repair AmarilloTX.com, and I'm going to put that in the link as well. So you got your trucks with the name and the logo on there. You got a good reputation. You got your Facebook. You got a
Got
cool
all
new
them
Facebook.
license numbers. You got to have all them license numbers on the truck, on the electronics. Everything's got to have a license number. So
I need
we
to.
Cool.
got track for that stuff.
Now, is this the first time, my friend, that you're being featured on television talking about your business?
Oh, everything I've done's been with you, buddy.
All right. The thing with television that, when I wrote Hollywood Marketing on a Mayberry budget over 20 years ago, had been in all those areas of advertising. And what you don't always hear is there's frequency and reach. And again, your time slot's very, very important. I mean, if people are asleep when your commercial's playing, what good is it? That's
That's
why,
right. Like that white noise. You just play it over and over and over while they sleep. And that, or here was the thing. Here was my point: is the only people watching TV at that time of day are tweakers, man, and tweakers don't have sprinklers. Give me a break. Ooh, listen, I've seen a tweaker with a premium fescue yard. It's just not happening. But
So for the record, tweakers are welcome to call if you have a sprinkler need, but that's not necessarily the
sure, talk. You can call and bug me. I don't care.
talking about this and what we're doing right now is one of the forms of media and marketing that most people don't think about. We were helping a startup 10 years ago. They claimed to have spent $1 million doing a study that said that 60% of Americans are the most anxious when they're not on their phones. Well, I believe that. I'd say more like 90%. How many times do you check Facebook? So, we started seeing just interesting results by going live on Facebook. That's where so many people are. And anyhow, and then DJ, with the direct mail, it doesn't matter if the power goes off. Doesn't matter. Facebook doesn't experiment and goes down, or Microsoft or whatever's going on. That printed piece is always good too, for people to be able to stick it on their refrigerator. And
I have NASCAR and Dallas Cowboy football schedules that we go on the refrigerator with. I've got swag. We got
that is stuff. Smart.
The keychains are really cool. They're little church keys, little beer bottle openers. They're neat, and they're quite popular at the racetrack.
Did you say church keys?
Church key, yeah. You remember we used to call them church keys. Hey, get that Coors open.
I remember. Something you might think about since you deal with water is to find out from specialty companies about getting some low water guns, because, that has to do with water. Something that relates it back to sprinkler services. Football is good, and there's a lot of people into football, but water.
Community, not so much the football as it is the community connection, and
demographic. Yeah,
looking at my name on the back of somebody's T-shirt, then that's a good thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it is.
who back them up is who you generally want it. If you're backing me up, I'm going to back you up. You're shopping here, I'm going to shop there.
Yeah, is that what it says on the back? Important. Is it a message about being on the back on the T-shirt?
No, they usually do they usually have like a school logo on the front. And we've done it with Bushland and Randall and Tascosa and Amarillo High. And I'm a Paladura boy, so some of that stuff rubs me kind of funny. But again, there's not a ton of sprinklers in the northeast side of town, so I have to stretch out and advertise. Kind of scatter this deal out amongst the whole city if I'm going to make that work.
I'm envisioning an AR-15 water gun with Ronnie Kenyon sprinkler on the side of it.
Put battery operated pump in that dude and put some distance on it. That's how you do it, right? You give everybody a little cheesy water gun, then you come out with a monster and go, "Hey,
hey, that's an idea." Hey, good idea. Well, again, integrity, quality, dependability, a reputation. You've done great work too. What are some of the places that perhaps people might recognize that they didn't know that you did?
Oh, I don't know. We've done a couple of neat projects. We just done some stuff at the water reclamation plant out here off of 287 towards the river. We done an overhaul out there after they got done. May get some more for them at the Hollywood treatment facility. I've got my foot in the door on that one. We're hoping. We did the Love's truck stop out at Arnott Road. We did that one 2 years ago when they rebuilt it. Did one of the town square apartments. It was big. It was 60,000 feet or something, 67,000
Wow.
feet, something. But it was huge. We did that one. Man, I want to say that was 7 or 8 years ago, something like that. But I don't
Wow.
know. We've done a few that are pretty cool over the years. Put in some really nice, some nice systems on some nice houses, and then put a nice yard in on top of it. We got in a big one down in Dalhart a few years back that was gosh, I want to say it was 40,000 feet out at the country club. Guy built him a barn dominium, and it was impressive. He had room for 2 Class A motorhomes in the garage, and you move the motorhomes out, swing the big TV out, put on a party
Whoa.
for the football game. Yeah, it was fancy. And we went out there and built him something really cool. And but it's 20 stations or whatever it was. It was huge, and
I think I might have seen that facility.
yeah, yeah. Well, those
Uh-huh.
are nice guys down there. Dalhart has an irrigator nowadays, so there's a guy that doesn't have to charge $2 a mile to get there. But that was Dalhart was good to us. It really was in the early days, and I'm glad they got an irrigator up there now. He's taking care of some business for them. Panhandle's been good to us. Kenyon's been good to us. We're in Kenyon today. Got a little mess going on over there. Uh, Gosh, I don't know, man.
That's
You
really
think
that's really good. That's really good. Well, DJ, your water gun idea is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And especially with it being hot outside, you know? Uh
no
that's
idea?
yeah. And
Well,
then
and
yeah, go ahead.
just the water idea, I'm just thinking of something that would relate to it, and even uh, the fans that have water in them. Anything, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on any one unit, but the thing is that you're making them think of water. And you're a very creative guy, obviously, with what you've done. You don't do it like everybody else. You think outside the box, and that shows in everything you do, even looking around your office with you. Very impressive, I think. I like direct mail. I like billboards because, well, direct mail is billboards. We're just miniature. We go to about 6,000 people, Amarillo Canyon and immediate surrounding area every month, and we do a different list of 6,000 every month within the quarter. But in 6 months' time, we'll hit about 30,000 people, and you do a lot. You do a lot, and the way that you do it, it's impressive to find somebody that has integrity in what they're doing,
Mm.
somebody that you can depend on. And in the Panhandle, you cannot survive 13 years in business if you don't have integrity. I promise you that. So congratulations on your business.
Oh, I
He
think
also has, and one of the reasons why we're doing this too, Ronnie, not only to introduce you and to celebrate you, but to encourage you personally and to give people an idea who watch us, that there's so many facets. There's advertising, marketing, PR, branding, and special events. Advertising, marketing, PR, branding, and special events. People think they're just advertising or they're just branding. No, it's those things, and they have to work together. And you got so many great things going on. Um, I'd also suggest, because you're so well spoken, you have such a great countenance, a good look to you, great smile, but your voice is gold plated, man. Is that probably we need to have some commercials done with you and featuring those things too. Because I mean, I've never seen business more emotional than it is now. It's not about who's the cheapest, it's who can I trust. Because if you have it, if you go the cheapest route and you have to have it redone, guess what? It's not cheap anymore. And I don't even like the name, but if you go affordable, fair, but hey, your home is an investment, and it's about who can I trust. And I think I'd add on a suggestion with some marketing and some things to do with you, featuring you, because a lot of people know who you are. What phone number do you want us to put out there right now?
806-444-3226.
20 years ago, we talked about the rule of the big kahuna. Have you ever gone to a business? You can't ever find the owner or a decision maker. You can't get any answers, or everyone wants to know who the big kahuna is. Who's the owner? And when the owner is approachable, like you are, and they'll talk to you. Oh, well, I can check that off my box. What a great personality, huh, DJ?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah,
DJ,
yeah.
I appreciate that. We should all get together one day. You're out in the world all the time, man. I'll stop and say hey next time we're traveling down the same sidewalk. It happens.
But
Thank you.
Certainly come out to the racetrack and visit us. That'd be a blast
oh,
to have
they
you out.
get DJ in a race car.
Well, we can get her on the front row, talk up the
Yeah.
business and stuff. We could sure do something like that. I'll talk to my people and introduce you to my people, and y'all can make a thing.
Hey, that's all right. Well, hey, you know what, Ronnie Kenyon, we're gonna see more of you. Can you see why, DJ? When I met him a long time ago, I thought, man, I not only want to see this guy do well, but I need that voice. I need him in some commercials. You got
Well,
that?
we talked about that, and then we talked about that guy driving the car. Man, I don't want to tip anybody's hat or anything. We got a couple of things working. If any of it ever pans out, I'd be
Well,
tickled with all that.
I have a feeling it will, my man. I
Uh,
do.
we may
And
have to stuff you in the car instead of that guy, but it'd still be fun.
can you see me in the
I'll
racing
send you
car?
those zoom running around town there. We got to get you in something fast.
Yeah, yeah. You my roadster. You want to see me in a real race car? Well, Ronnie Kenyon, man, wonderful to have you, brother, and appreciate you. And I know from behind the scenes, folks, this is a good man to do business with, for a ton of reasons. But call him at 806-444-3226 to get that
Hey, we'll
sprinkler.
do anything from one sprinkler head all the way to 100,000 square feet, a new system, sod, whatever you need. We sell
Yeah.
trees, grass, plants. Got a source on all that stuff. So anything that's outdoor. We even work on some fences from time to time. We just work hard and try to be honest about it and try to make a bill that fits the job. And I don't want to rip anybody's head off if I don't know how to put that other than that. I guess integrity is the word we're looking for, but I want to offer a fair price on a fair product.
DJ does have the best networking breakfast I've ever seen. I've seen him in Oklahoma and other parts of Texas and Arkansas and beyond. And very, very impressive networking breakfast. People actually get business at that one. So anyway, check out welcomepartner.com, folks. And of course, check out Ronnie Kenyon and Ronnie Kenyon Sprinkler. And I tell you, you won't be sorry. Okay. But we're going to do a lot more of this. You're going to see him in some other applications too. Hang on. But thank you very much, Ronnie and DJ. We love you as always.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
appreciate you guys. That was awesome.